Nobody taught you how to read your dog, and your dog has been paying for that every single day. Not dramatically, not with big moments you would notice, with small, quiet signals that happen right in front of you. Signals that mean something specific, something real, and that disappear without a response every single time. You have seen all of them. The yawn in the middle of a calm moment, the quick lip lick when someone new walks in, the full body freeze when a child reaches down too fast. You saw them. You just did not know what you were looking at. And here is what nobody tells dog owners. Misreading these signals does not just mean missing what your dog feels. It means your dog learns, slowly and quietly, that sending those signals does not work, that you are not reading them, that they are on their own with whatever they are feeling. These 7 things your dog does every single day have been trying to tell you something. Starting right now, you will finally know what that is. 1. Yawning. When your dog yawns, most owners think one thing: sleepy. But a yawn is rarely about sleep. Specialists in animal behavior describe this as a calming signal, your dog's way of communicating stress, discomfort, or overwhelm. It's your dog saying, "I need this moment to slow down." It happens when the room gets too loud, when someone hugs them too tight, when voices get sharp. And here's what surprises most owners. Your dog also yawns at you on purpose, to calm you down, to say, "Easy, everything is okay." Next time your dog yawns in a moment that makes no sense, look around. Something in that environment is telling them they need a breath. 2. Licking their lips, not after a meal, not looking at food, just a quick, almost invisible flick of the tongue. That's anxiety, not hunger. Specialists in animal behavior identify lip licking as one of the earliest signs a dog is uncomfortable. It happens so fast, most owners miss it completely. Watch for it the next time someone new approaches your dog. Watch for it in situations where your dog has no way out. But number 3 is going to completely change the way you read a wagging tail. 3. The direction of the tail wag. Most owners have the tail wag completely figured out. Movement means happy, end of story. Except, the story is a lot more complicated than that. Research on dog behavior shows the direction of the wag carries completely different emotional weight. Right side dominant, your dog is at ease. Left side dominant, your dog is unsettled, uncertain, or stressed. The speed and height of the tail add another layer. High and stiff is not excitement, it's alertness. It's your dog locking in on something they are not sure about yet. Your dog has been giving you a directional emotional report every single time that tail moves, a built-in signal that requires no words, no sounds, no drama. You just never knew you were supposed to read the direction. Start watching it this week, not just whether the tail moves, but where it goes. The difference will stop you mid-step more than once. The whale eye. You have seen this face. You probably even thought it was adorable. Your dog turns their head slightly to the side, but their eyes stay fixed. The whites become visible. The stare goes wide and unblinking and just a little too still. It is not adorable. It is not a guilty face. It is not a quirky expression. Specialists in animal behavior are clear on this one. The whale eye is discomfort made visible. Your dog is locked onto something they feel they cannot escape. The head turns away because they want distance. The eyes stay because they cannot stop tracking the threat. It surfaces when someone leans directly over them, when they're cornered in a small space, when the situation keeps escalating and the earlier signals went unanswered. The whale eye is not the beginning of the story. It is close to the end of it. When you see those whites, the right move is always the same. Create space and let your dog breathe. Because what comes in number 5 is the moment most owners walk straight into without realizing what they're stepping past. Freezing. Everything stops. Not a sit, not a down, complete full-body stillness that does not look like any trained behavior your dog has ever done. That stillness is your dog's final quiet statement before something louder takes over. Specialists in animal behavior are consistent on this one. Freezing is a dog at their absolute threshold, not resting, not confused, held at the edge of a response they have not released yet. The body locks because everything inside is deciding what happens next. It surfaces when a hug goes on too long, when a stranger moves in too fast, when your dog has been communicating discomfort for 60 seconds and every signal before this one was missed. The freeze is not attitude. It is not dominance. It is a dog asking, with everything they have left, for the pressure to stop. Responding to the freeze changes everything. It tells your dog that you caught it, that you are the kind of owner who listens before things escalate, that being honest with you is safe. That's the kind of trust that doesn't come from training. It comes from moments exactly like this one. Number 6. Shaking off without being wet. Something intense just happened. Now your dog is shaking, full body, ears flapping, completely dry. And then your dog shakes, full body, ears flapping, completely dry. That shake is a reset, a physical release of everything that just built up inside them. Stress, overstimulation, emotional residue from a moment that was too much. It all comes out in that one full body shake. Watch what triggers it. A chaotic hello at the front door, a tense exchange with another dog, a moment when they were held and did not choose to be. The shake is your dog closing a chapter. What they were feeling just before it is the part worth understanding. If any of these signals, the freeze, the shake, the wail eye, have shown up in your dog this week, tell me exactly when it happened in the comments. The more specific, the better. You might be sitting on information about your dog you did not know you had, because number 7 is the one that lands hardest. Most owners take it personally. That misread quietly builds a wall between them and their dog over time. Number 7. Looking away or turning their head. Your dog hears their name and looks away. You try again. They turn their head slowly, deliberately, to the side. Something tightens in your chest. They do not care. They are ignoring you. They are being difficult. None of that is what is happening. Specialists in animal behavior call this a calming signal, one of the most intentional and sophisticated things a dog can communicate. When your dog turns their head or shifts their gaze away from you, they are not withdrawing. They are actively working to lower the tension in the room. They are saying, "I am not a threat. We are okay. Let us both breathe." It's the canine equivalent of someone holding their hands up and speaking slowly. It's a peace signal, and it's directed at you. You walked in tense. Your voice had an edge. Your energy filled the room before you said a word. And your dog, reading all of it, responded with the most de-escalating thing they know how to do. That is not a dog who doesn't care about you. That is a dog who cares enough to try to fix it. What changes when you understand all 7 of these isn't just how you read your dog, it's how your dog starts to read you back. When you stop, when you soften, when you respond to the freeze instead of pushing past it, your dog notices. They adjust. They start sending those signals more, not less, because they've learned that you are actually receiving them. That's a different kind of relationship, quieter, more honest, built on something that doesn't require your dog to get louder to be heard. Which of these 7 have you been misreading the longest? Drop it in the comments. I want to know which one hit you hardest. And if this video made your dog make more sense to you, the next one is going to do the same thing for their emotions. Why your dog shuts down, acts out, or seems anxious out of nowhere, and what's actually driving it every single time. Subscribe now. Don't let that one pass you by.